You guys, what's going on? It's Gary here, and today I'm going to be doing an over-the-shoulder view of me building an outreach link from complete scratch. Okay, so this is a multiple-part series where I'm going to be going through showing you the steps involved in building an outreach link, the kind of best practices for doing it, the way that I've been able to scale to hundreds and hundreds of links per month for clients and my own sites. I'm going to show you over the shoulder here exactly how I'm doing it. Now, this is going to be more of a manual approach. Obviously, I use a lot of different tools, which we'll talk about later in the series. About how you can automate this and make this a lot faster, but I'm really going to be showing you the nitty-gritty and the strategies and the ways to approach other website owners in order to get good placements. So I'm going to dive in here onto the computer, and the first thing I'm going to kind of talk about is the site that I'm going to be building a link for. So we're going to build a link here for this lifegoalsmag.com. This is not one of my clients. It's not one of my sites. It's just a random site I pulled out. And it's the 7 do's and don'ts for learning, finding validation. It's just a random topic, and I'm going to be trying to get this anchor text for it here. So I've not even got an article to get placed yet. All I've got is this site that I've just pulled out of nowhere, and I've got the anchor text I'm going to try and get. So essentially what we're going to be doing in this video is the prospecting part. Okay, so we're going to be trying to figure out essentially what sites that we're going to outreach to. Okay, we're going to figure out maybe what the best sites are. We're going to talk about what's involved in picking the best sites, and we're going to try and get placements on those sites by sending a really good outreach template to them. All right, so I'm going to dive in and show you kind of how to do this here. So step one of doing this is just to simply think about some keywords which relate to the topic that you're trying to outreach for, right? So, here we've got, life goals mag, the 7 do's and don'ts learning. So it's going to be about maybe like personal development, learning. You can even go on, if this is one of your sites, you can even go on and visit the page and just have a wee read and just see what it's actually about. And you can see here, it's just a kind of personal development thing, right? So I'm gonna think of just some keywords. I'll just put in like personal development here, okay? And what this is a tool called Answer the Public. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you other keywords which relate to this broad level keyword, right? Or personal development. Okay, it's going to break this down for you. So I just basically wait for this to load here, and click that data view, and what you'll get is a bunch of different like long tail keywords of this main keyword. So how can personal development help me benefit others or whatever, right? Personal development coach, books, courses, activities. So all this different stuff, what it's really doing is it's giving you different words in this niche which you can essentially think about and target. Okay, and what I mean by target is what we're essentially going to do is we're going to Google search these terms, and we're going to outreach to the sites that are ranking for those terms, because the people that are ranking for those terms are going to be good prospects for us to get a link on their sites, right? So, something simple like, all right, let's just take personal development goals for work, okay? So we'll just copy this, and then we're going to just go and Google that, right? And what we end up with, if we scroll down, is we've got like a lot of different blogs which could actually be good, daring into life fully. Like this could be a really good site to place a post on, right, for our outreach, because this is something that's relevant to the site that we're trying to get a link for, right? That this is a life goals mag, this is daring life fully. It's relevant to the site it's linking to. So what I recommend you do at this point is you actually get yourself an Ahrefs subscription. Now what we want to gauge the relevance of the link, but we also want to gauge the power. And one of the ways we do that is actually for the Ahrefs toolbar. So if you get Ahrefs, you can download this free toolbar for Chrome. And if you just log in to Ahrefs and then you click on the toolbar button at the top, what you'll essentially get is you'll get metrics of the site. All the sites pull in underneath it, right? So underneath this, you'll actually start to see all the metrics, right? So this blog.empraise.com, this is a DR60, this site, right? DR60 here. This Employee Connect is DR43. This Daring to Live Fully is a DR61, right? So what you can essentially set for yourself or anyone who's doing this is you can set a minimum number or minimum level of metrics that you want to actually try to achieve. So if we come in here, maybe we want anything above DR30. That's what I do in my link outreach service. It's minimum DR30. So you could come in here and look, all these sites in the first page here are above DR30, except this one here. So we'd probably just leave this one, right? But essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going down here and having a look at these sites and seeing which ones could be really good prospects, okay? And all we're going to be doing is we're going to kind of just be taking note of the sites. So I just put in a spreadsheet here, site and email. We'll get the email in a minute. And just scroll down and just kind of take out the ones that I think are going to be really relevant and really powerful. Let's say for this case, I don't want anything below a DR30. So I can take this one, it's a DR49. The other one was a DR60. And I'm just going to go down this list, and I'm not going to go and do like 30 now. I'll do those off screen, but I'm just showing you how I'm doing this, right? So we'll go, and you can go on to page 2, page 3, whatever. There's personal developed fit. So that was a DR8, so we don't want that one. Scroll down. Let's see. Verywellmind.com. And DR85. That's probably a bit big. We're probably not going to get on that site. Mission Self, that sounds like a kind of personal development site there. So we'll take this one down too, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take down these 3 sites, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wee look at these sites, okay, as well. So I'm going to do a kind of double check before we're going to find their email. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually open up the sites just to see what they're like, okay? So this first one, Daring to Live Fully, what I want to see is that I'm not outreaching to massive big brands here, okay? If I'm reaching out to an e-commerce site or a big brand that's selling a product, that's not going to be useful for me because that site is selling products. They're not going to be interested probably in taking a free guest post off me, right? But this one here, see, it looks like a little, Melissa Fabrega. I probably demolished that name, but sorry, no, Marilissa. I'm not even going to bother. But this looks like a personal, blog owner. She's got lots of different things with personal development in here. This could be a really good site for me to outreach to and say I write about topics in this space, and she might actually accept a free placement, right? So this is fantastic. All I'm going to do, she's got a pop-up there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find her contact details. Now, there's tools that you can use to do this, but I'm just showing you the manual way of doing this. If you've maybe not got a budget for all these tools, you can actually do this all manually. So I'm going to have a wee look here and see if we can pull our email from somewhere. Again, this is completely off the cuff, so I've got no idea if this site even has an email on it or whatever. I'm clicking on. Often the emails will be in the About Me page, or it'll be on a contact page. But a little trick that you can also do, because I can't see a link to a contact page anywhere here, but what you can actually do is you can take the site and just go site plus contact and just do a Google search. And sometimes what we'll have is, if you'd like to contact me, so it's on the about page. So let's just have a look. If you'd like to contact me, I can be reached with the following email address. There we go. So melissafagwed@gmail.com, right? So that Google search actually helped me in order to find her address there. It's a little trick you can use. So come in here, and she's got, this to prevent spam. Boom. And where's the @ symbol on this keyboard? There we go. Boom. Okay. So that's number 1 done. All right. So we're going to outreach to Daring to Live Fully, and then it's going to email this site here. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to take the second one. Just have a look at this. And I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to do a lot more of these. I'm just going to kind of show you free to show you the process that I'm going for in order to land these links. So a conscious rethink. Allow cookies. Again, this is a really good site. It looks like a blog. They're not selling lots of products. Let's go to About Us. Contact us. There we go. This one makes it easy. All right, so there we go. So it says we do not publish guest posts. So there's probably not much point in outreaching to this site. You could try it if you wanted, but for the purposes of this, I'm not outreaching to a lot of sites, so I'm just going to leave this one, okay? So Mission Self. Let's try this one. All right, again, it looks like a blog. They don't look to be selling lots of products. Doesn't look an e-commerce environment. So I'm going to come in here, become a contributor. Look, so they've actually got a page for it. All right, visual stories. All right, cool. So where do I email you? So they've actually got a page on it, which is great. So again, what we'll do is we'll just take this and we'll just put plus contact. Oops. Let's have a wee look. Okay, email us. There we go. service@buzzle.com. There we go. All right, I need to write that. Okay, so that's me got two emails there, two prospects straight away, and I've got the target sites that I want to go after. So now I'm going to show you what I'm actually going to do to email these people. So there's a specific template an outreach kind of guideline that I use in order to outreach to people and get the sort of best response rate. It's a very simple outreach sequence. I'm just going to kind of show you that here just to show you what's working. So this is the target stuff, and this is really the template that I use in most cases, especially for these kind of free placements. Just say hi there, or if I've got a name, I'll replace that with a name. I've heard that you accepted guest posts. I'm just checking in to see if you're still accepting them. So essentially, what you're doing here is you're kind of building that initial rapport with them, and you're saying, I've heard you've accepted this before. Almost to them, if they have accepted them in the past, there's almost to them it kind of rings that bell, and it's like, oh, I've maybe worked with this person before, right? And you're creating that rapport with them, even though you don't know who the person is. I'm a writer that writes about topics in the personal development space, so just let them know who you are. I'm looking to expand my name in the area, and guest posts, we're going to do that. Do you still accept them, right? Here's some content I've written in the past, and this is really good. The way you can actually get this content is you can actually, to be honest, just take other people's content that they've written and just say that you did it. Not maybe the best way of doing it for some people, but you can do that. But what you can do is if this is a client, you can even just take some previous guest posts or links that they got in the past and use those. And of course, the other option is you can write a few articles written, just put them up on sites like medium.com where it's free article placements, just put those up there, and you can just share those links on here, right? So whatever, just give a couple of examples of stuff you've written in the past and make sure it's good content, because what this shows is whoever you're contacting can read this and see that you've written about stuff in the past. You're not just some guy that's looking to build his first link. You look like someone with a bit more sort of respect and rapport in the industry, right? So if so, I'd be interested in who your requirements are, right? And the email name we're going to be doing is just Gary Monster, short for Monster. I'm a link monster, so I thought I would just make up a quick persona there. So this is going to be the email outreach template that we're going to use, and these are the first two prospects that I'm going to do. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this email like this, and I'm going to go over to my email account. I've literally just registered this. I'm going to just put that in there, boom. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to take this first email, and boom, and just say probably something like guest article placement for, and then to make it look a bit more personalized, just say daringtolivefully.com. So just say this the site name. All right, now you can switch this up ever so slightly to fit your own sort of approach and how you're going to do things, but I would say this is a pretty good approach in order to get placements. You could literally just copy and paste this. The template for this will be in my blog, so you can check that out and just pull the template and use the same one. So there we go. So literally, this is the email we're going to send. All the stuff's in there. You just hit send. Boom. So that's the first one done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to send this other one, and I'm going to send over a bunch more. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to talk slightly about the follow-up sequence that I'm going to be doing in the next few days. Hey, so what's going on, guys? I'm back. So what I've done is I've created a list of about 20 sites in this Excel sheet, and I've outreached to all of them, okay? So I just got about 20 there now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull more if they don't get back in the next couple of days for the next part of the series, but 20 should be enough for the outreach that we're doing here. So what I've done is I've outreached those 20 sites. Here's all the emails there. Some of them were also contact pages, so all I did was I used the email template and I put it in the contact page. But what I'd like to just kind of let you know is notice how we've not used any like fancy personalization strategies here, and nothing special. There's no magic to this. All I've done here is I've went out and I've just found some prospects and I've outreached them and I've taken action on 20 sites. This took me about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to do this, and it is time consuming, but this is something you can ultimately have maybe a virtual assistant do, an assistant in your office do. This can be outsourced very, very easily. But what I'm showing you here again is the manual method of doing this. This can be done from your computer, just going out, searching all those keyword terms and finding all those sites. So that's what I've done here. I've outreached these 20 sites, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that sit. That's the first part of this series. That's how you prospect, and that's how you should be emailing out. And what I will be doing as well in the next few days, if people don't get back to me, is I'll be sending this follow-up. Now, it's a very basic follow-up, and I'll just be sending it as a forwarded message to all those people. I'll be saying, hi there, I totally understand if you're busy. I just want to see if you'd received my previous email for a placement. Look forward to hearing from you. So it's just kind of giving them a kick and a reminder. In our outreach service, we actually get like 60 or 70% of our responses from the follow-up. So it can actually be very valuable when you're doing outreach to do that follow-up. Just like sales, it's the exact same with outreach. You want to do that follow-up message so that you're getting people's attention. Some people will miss that first message. It will go into spam boxes sometimes they'll ignore it. And you just want to make sure that you're always outreaching to them and saying the right things, and being persistent about trying to get in front of them and get onto their website. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you understood this. This is the first stage, as I said, in prospecting, and I'm going to be showing you in the next video when we get some of the replies back, how we actually negotiate with those people to get the placements on their site. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.